Canelo Alvarez and Jermall Charlo up next? Well, only if the PBC, who is going broke, again, what day is it? It's Wednesday. So yeah, they're going broke again, are able to pay $35 million to Canelo within the next 2 weeks. And then the PBC responds to that. That will be what we're talking about in this video. Let's do it. PBC fatalists said that and have said that the PBC is going broke, that they are losing all their stars, that Canelo Alvarez will not be fighting with PBC anymore, and that he would be announcing that yesterday. When that wound up not being the truth, they say, don't worry, we were really telling you the truth. It's just that Canelo gave the PBC an extension, and now they have 2 weeks to deliver to Canelo Alvarez $35 million into an escrow account. Or what we said before that didn't happen when we said it was going to happen will happen. Just trust me and wait 2 weeks. And hopefully you'll completely forget that we said this 2 weeks from now. That is the line of Rick Glaser and several other people that keep giving you a bunch of fake news. Fake news. Stephen Espinoza, who I can assume, since he's speaking in this capacity, is closely associated with the fights being made by the PBC. And he responds to this. Before I get into the details of it, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you've been around a long time, thank you so much for being a subscriber and a supporter. Hit the like button. And if you feel like it, sponsor the video in the super thanks. It allows me to continue to do these type of videos because I don't have people paying me to make up a bunch of stuff to mislead you. But let's get into this. Canelo Alvarez is, as of right now, a PBC fighter. Gervonta Davis is, as of right now, a PBC fighter. The last fight to take place for Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford was on a PBC card, and Errol Spence Jr. is a PBC fighter. If you look at all the biggest names in boxing that are making big fights in the United States and actually charging money for the fights and earning the money for the fights from boxing fans, there's no comparison between the PBC and any other boxing outlet in boxing. However, for some strange reason, there's constant rumors circulating around their downfall and how they're going out of business, how even if they make a success, it's a failure. And the latest episode of this played out yesterday when Canelo Alvarez made a big announcement about the future of his career. Yesterday, February 13th, Canelo Alvarez made the announcement. But let's backtrack 3 days before that, when Canelo Alvarez said, next Tuesday, I'm going to make a big announcement. Immediately, YouTube channels, Twitter pages, YouTube personalities all let you know what it was going to be. And they let him know that it was going to be the following. Canelo Alvarez, surprisingly, was not going to be fighting with the PBC anymore. He was going to go to the zone. He was not going to be fighting Jermall Charlo. He was going to be fighting Jaime Munguia. And the reason was that, and he was going to say this in a press conference, that the PBC failed to come up with $35 million in escrow for his next fight. And he was going to say all this on TV. What did Canelo Alvarez actually say? He actually said that he was renewing his agreement that he had with Boxing Azteca for another year to put on free fights, his fights that he has in Mexico for free. And that he has not settled on who he's going to fight next at this point, but it will not be a Mexican. So he didn't say anything like they said he was going to say. And specifically, he said he wasn't going to be fighting a Mexican next, which means the person that they said he was going to fight, Jaime Munguia, is not the guy. So you would think that that would settle it. But no, it doesn't settle it. The person that is primarily responsible or originating the rumors that all these other people repeated and act like was legitimate says, no, I wasn't wrong. Canelo just gave the PBC a 2-week extension, and he has until 2 weeks. They have 2 weeks to give him $35 million, or then he's not going to fight with the PBC anymore. He's going to leave. Only problem with that is that he announced Canelo Alvarez that he would be fighting on May 4th. So how exactly can he fight on May 4th, which is all of March, 9 weeks away, short of 10 weeks away, if he doesn't know what network he's going to fight on? How is that even possible? How? Does he already have the date set? Doesn't the date already have to be set with the promoter and a venue to already have the date? Yes, it does. So Stephen Espinoza, though, so don't take my word for it. Stephen Espinoza says and responds to Rick Glaser that he is completely separated from the truth and reality. Absolutely, what this man says is not true, nor should anybody think that it's true. Now, seeing as it is so blatant that these things are not true, you really do have to wonder about anybody that is repeating it. And why so many people repeat it. Why so many people that know Rick Glaser is not telling the truth are more than willing to repeat it and quote him. Put him on their show, repeat him as a source. Some people even steal his information and don't cite him as a source, which is even more puzzling because since it originally came from him, why would you act like you're the one that's coming up with it? You could at least say he came up with it, so you have a reason to have some plausible deniability, but to act as if you came up with it, pretty mind-boggling to me. So, suffice it to say that Canelo Alvarez is most likely going to be fighting Jermall Charlo or somebody from the PBC on May 4th on Amazon Prime. And the only thing that we know for sure is that Canelo Alvarez manager said they didn't know who they were going to be fighting because they were still talking to the PBC about it. So they are talking to the PBC about the fight. Seeing as Canelo's going to decide who he's going to fight, and he has his own promotional company, why don't we just wait for him to give us the news? But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.